I'm going to react to another Ultimate video, so the link will be in the box below, and I hope you guys enjoy this 4-part reaction video. Dun, dun. Ultimate. Buchanan.
Hello there, and welcome to the new Art Attack drawing and cartoon video. Now, have you ever used one of these to make a picture? Well, I don't exactly mean one this size, I mean an ordinary size pencil, and then thought, that's a bit boring. What can I do to make it look better? Well, with a little bit of imagination, a pencil or pen this size, and a few simple ideas, your drawings and doodles will spring into life. Just watch this.
Okay.
There's a great way to bring your cartoons and drawings to life. Draw in some special effects. Cartoon special effects. Now, look at this very simple sausage man that I've drawn here. He's standing still, putting 2 lines just round by his hand, and there you've got his hand moving. It looks like he's waving. Now, the more lines you put in, the more it looks like your cartoon is actually moving. Look at that. In fact, if I even put some squiggly ones in, it looks like he's shaking like a leaf. Well, not only can you get movement into your cartoons, you can also get direction. Here's a runner. I'll put some movement marks in.
Mama is just so dull.
Now, what about direction? Well, he's moving in this direction. So put some whiz marks in. You can stick in some smoke there to show he's running very fast. Well, not only can you get direction and movement into your cartoons, you can also tell what they're thinking. Have a look at this fella here. Well, to me, he looks fairly angry. So I'll put in some anger marks. What about this chap? Well, he looks to me like
for you guys. Have you ever
he looks
seen
to me
this video
like
before?
he's very puzzled
Or
and
do you used to own this video?
It's good. Try it yourself.
When you was a
New
kid?
comic strips. It works brilliantly. Take a look at this footballer.
I didn't.
There he is, whizzing down the wing there. And the ball is moving very fast. Then up at the other end of the pitch, the goalkeeper is waving to a girl in the crowd.
I do love Art Attack.
This gives me a good idea.
It's a great program for kids.
So what does he do? He boots the ball right to the other end of the pitch. There's the whiz marks. Now here's another one. Impact marks. Put some impact marks there, just where he's booted the ball. Look out behind you, shouts someone in the crowd to the goalkeeper. So he's moving his head. Which direction? Well, he's turning around very quickly. Too late. The ball whizzes up, hits him on the head, impact marks, and flies off in the other direction. Unfortunately, into the back of the goal. And there he is. He's lying down there. He's seeing stars. Put them in. And he's got black eye as well. Meanwhile, the footballer is jumping for joy. Goal, he says.
Go.
Marks there. And the goalkeeper's teammates are absolutely furious. So much so, they've got steam coming out of their ears. The goalkeeper, well, yes, he's shaking like a leaf. And as for the girl in the crowd, she's now got her eye on the footballer. And if you ask me, love is in the air. And what happened to the goalkeeper? Well, his teammates made him wash their hot, sweaty socks for the rest of the week. And if you ask me, he deserves it. Good day, try it yourself. Special effects for your cartoons and bring some life into them.
Video tag.
The one thing all cartoon characters had in common is they've all got great facial expressions. And you know, you don't have to be a great artist to create great facial expressions. All you need are 2 eyebrows, 2 eyes, and a mouth. Just keep it very simple and watch what you can do with a face just using these 3 things. Okay, well, let's keep the eyebrows the same. And the eyes. Let's just move the mouth. Look what happens. You give him a nice big grin. Suddenly, the whole face explodes into life. All right, well, let's keep that smile there. Nice big wide smile. And let's keep the eyes the same. And let's alter those eyebrows and see what happens there. Just bring them down a bit. Suddenly, that big cheesy grin turns into a menacing smile. Now, the idea is to just keep it really simple. And do you know who the best person is to teach you how to draw facial expressions? Yourself. All you need is your own face and a mirror, and it's a case of looking in the mirror and seeing what your facial features are doing. For instance, what about your eyebrows? Do they go up or down? Your eyes, wide or narrow? And your mouth, smiley or down in the dumps? And just keep looking in the mirror and drawing what you see. So let's try a few of these features then. What about sad? Well, what happens to my face when I'm sad? Well, the eyebrows, they go up in the middle. The eyes stay the same, and the mouth down at each end. So let's draw that. The eyebrows up. There's the eyes. And there is one very sad mouth. Good one. Let's try another one. What about shock? Eyebrows shot up in an arc. So I'll do that. Eyes, very wide.
Very wide.
And what about the mouth? Very wide. And there it is. Shock. And you just keep going. Look it in the mirror and draw in what you can see. Keep practicing. Practice on other people. If you see someone on the bus, draw them on the back of your bus ticket. Just keep practicing.
And that's what I feel at the time.
Now, it's a case of building up the rest of the face now, and that is where this stuff comes in, tracing paper. It is absolutely brilliant, because what you do is you lay it over the drawing that you've already done and the bits that you're happy with and experiment. So, okay, let's start with some eyes then. What about nice big eyes to go with my mouth?
Eyes.
Oh, no,
I've got
like
blue eyes.
about to eat me, doesn't it? Looks like some sort of wide-mouthed frog. Okay, what about some shifty eyes for our character? Nah, bit evil, I think.
Evil.
What about, let's see, I know, some
like Dr. Evil from
cartoonist's
Austin
favourite.
Powers.
cross eyes. Actually, you can make a good mad rabbit out of that. I don't think we'd do a rabbit there. Too many of those around. How's about
Ooh, pardon me.
really big, wide eyes? Nah, it makes my character look nervous. What about some tiny eyes? Actually, that's not bad, you know. Good contrast with the big mouth. The problem with very tiny eyes, though, is that they're not very expressive. So, to compensate for that, let's see what happens when you stick in some big eyebrows. I know, that's quite good. So what have we got so far? Well, we've got tiny eyes there and the nice big eyebrows up there. Right, I'm going to stick with that. Now, what about our character's head? Well, a lot of famous cartoon characters are actually animals. So let's see what our character looks like as a dog. A scruffy top up there, and big floppy ears, and dog's collar. Oh, it's quite good. Let's see what it looks like as a cat. Cheeky whiskers at the side there. Now that suits him because the big cheesy grin. Let's try something else. What about a snake?
Ah,
I
snake.
like that. The problem with a snake, though, is it's not. You can't get many features in, and you can't get his hands in, and you can't do many things. So let's try putting in a couple of accessories. Maybe a hat on the top. Oh, that's good. See what that would look like on the cat. Nice big hat on the top. It's amazing how when you start putting things in, the character comes to life. Do you know, I really like that. Now, we all know that to make a cartoon character speak, you put his words inside a speech bubble. But when you put words outside of a speech bubble, they become sound effects. Now, there are loads of different types of sound effects you can try. Quiet noises. And there are large, chunky ones for the louder noises. And for the louder
Bang.
noises, they always put a jagged edge around it. I always think it makes it look even louder. What about for long, drawn-out noises? Well, make it long and drawn out.
B.
For shorter noises, make it word
Right,
shorter.
B.
What about noises that get louder? Or just simply make the letters bigger and bigger. There it is.
Wow.
So it all depends what type of sound you're looking for, whether it's long or short, quiet or loud, and put some cartoon sound effects into your cartoons. Now here's a cartoon comic strip that I've been drawing, and I want to put some sound effects into it. So there's our hero. He's walking home one night, and what's he doing? He's a musical note in there. He's just whistling. It's a good sound effect, man.
I can't.
From the castle on top of the hill, he suddenly hears a cry for help.
I can't.
Help! It's a very long cry, long word. He runs up to the castle, pushes open the old oak door slowly.
Quick.
Spooky noises like that. So it's good to do the words wobbly. When he got inside the castle, everything was very dark. Suddenly, there was a very loud and chunky crash of thunder. And a bit of lightning. Yes. Everything was still and dark. And from the corner of the room, he heard... Well, I don't know how to spell that, so I'm just going to put... Again, wobbly, spooky lines there, going up and down. He'd appeared into the darkness. He couldn't see anything. Suddenly, there was a puff of smoke. For those muffled noises, it's always good to put your word in a cloud of dust, and then have some gust marks coming out the side, like that. Standing there in front of him, in a weird sort of light, was a ghost, making the most awful noises. Now I'm going to put some dribble marks in here, and that will help the sound effect. Look at that. Not very nice at all. Our hero leapt at the ghost, and they both fell to the floor with rather a loud bang.
Bang.
Again, big chunky
Crash, bang,
loud
roller.
noise. And sometimes the noise is so loud it fills the frame and goes over the edge. If there are two noises, a bang and crash, and put them both in the frame. When the lights went on, our hero was standing there holding a white sheet, underneath which were two of his mates, laughing their heads off. It had all been a rather sick joke. His mates laughed. Louder, and louder, and even louder. Look at that. And what did our hero think of this? Well, it's totally unrepeatable. Try it yourself. Put some sound effects into your cartoons.
One-liners.
Quick cartoon of an elephant, starting with his trunk. Put his trunk in. A few creases in the trunk. The old elephant. What else has an elephant got? Well, it's got a huge body. I'm going to put that in there. And that. Put his legs round there.
I'm going to end this off right here. So I'll see you guys in part 2.